guys hear me? Connect streaming software to go live. Oh, I've already connected. Cool. All right. How are we all doing? I trust well. Trust well, indeed. It's really weird because in like the 3 seconds it took me to set up my um, live on YouTube, it signed me out. Just absolutely stupid. Um, Something went wrong on our end. This is so stupid. Yep, it was me. It was me. Bloody hell. Is everyone getting equally tired all of these, you know, all of these fucking security questions? I'm sorry for the language, but really, um, everything's like over the top these days. Like, you know, I just find that it's just stupidly over the top and start sending us your video from your streaming software. I am. This is so fucking retarded. Okay, no. I don't even know what's going on here. It's actually allowing me to stream say straight on here. So one of the stream's bit rate is far too high. So evidently recommended the stream bit rate of 23,500 pounds. Ah, it's streaming. Okay, all right, we're in business. It looks like, but it's basically saying that the stream's current bitrate, 27,816 kbs, is lower than the recommended. Okay, in which case, I will just increase my bitrate of streaming, you know? So let's go right here, settings, and stream, general, control V, apply. Let's see if it now increases my streaming bitrate, which it technically should be doing because I've just increased my streaming bitrate by quite a whole bunch. So now it's got a good connection, which is great. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear me, by the way. I am using my Yeti microphone, and maybe hold up, hold up. Hey. So now you can probably hear me better, slightly better. Yeah. Um, Connection's good. Stream health is good. Analytics. I've got 0 viewers, which is excellent. Meaning nobody's interested in listening to what I gotta say, which is fair enough. The reason I just turned live is because enable DVR. Yeah, auto stop. Well, the reason I kind of started this broadcast is because I want to just talk about a few things that have been going on in this stupid little head of mine. The first one being it's it's insane if you think about um, all the revelations that have happened this year. Right now, I'm not just talking about all the incredible elections and election results, not least to mention the U.S. elections that have just happened, but also, there's been elections in the UK. There's been elections in India. I think somebody told me that there's actually been 64 or 65 different elections this year all over the world. That's pretty insane. Like, I don't know if that's ever happened before, but I find that to be quite insane if you think about it. And meaning that there's been a lot of change that has happened as well, and not to mention the world geopolitics situation. And I'm sure everyone's reading as much as I'm reading into things like the BRICS countries and the BRICS token, and you know just things like disclosure with aliens. Apparently, there are aliens that have lived here for a very long time, and they reside in our oceans. Apparently, just off the coast of, I'm probably going to butcher this pronunciation, but Isla Guadalupe, or Isla Guadalupe. Isla Guadalupe. That's, and yesterday I saw this video about some fishermen who recorded some lights under the ocean, just off the coast of Isla Guadalupe. And there was apparently a figure moving in those lights, like walking under the water. But as usual, as per usual, the lights, the camera was shaky and bad. Although, having said that, it was one of the nicest recordings that I've seen in a while. It's not like every time you see a recording otherwise of a UFO encounter or people seeing UFO, it's usually like the guys, I don't know, just like shaking bloody camera like that. So you're like, bloody get God's sake, just shoot the bloody thing right. But maybe that's part of it, right? Maybe that's supposed to be how it is. Otherwise, people won't believe. If it's just a pristine, shot taken by like a red Epic camera with a fucking anamorphic lens, and the UFO happens to be captured beautifully in the sunlight, like really looking like a cinematic fucking moment. I think no matter how real it is, people are just not gonna buy it. Excuse me. Sorry. It's getting quite late. But yeah, I just thought I'd test this, live broadcast out and see if anyone talks to me. And if you don't, then that's fine. But if you do, then that's also fine. And fine and dandy. Unless live replay once stream ends. Meh, I don't care about that. How do I actually share my... there you go. There's a big share button right here. I'm gonna see if people come join me on my live. Let's see. How do I do this? Okay. Copy the link. Let's see if I can copy the link and then post it in different places, and then hopefully people will come and say hello. And even if they don't, then it's fine. Then go up to Facebook. So it's that. Going up to post this one. Maybe I'll post the next one. So if you just organically found me, then thank you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everything you do in my life. Um, but if you haven't, then I'm just gonna post this out to here and here and here and here and here. Getting friends and family in, firstly. I think those usually people who support you the most. and then we shall see if people join in. And if people do and they say hello, I'm more than happy to say hello back to people. But I just thought I'd start off this random broadcast, if you will. And if you want to join me, you're always welcome to say hello and leave some comments. Nice comments, please. Only. Are we good? And just to see, what's going on. What's going on? What's happening, people? I want to know a little bit about what you've been up to. What's the one thing that you guys have been talking about the most? I know I, for one, have been talking about a lot of things, like weird things. I often, like, I'm rereading this book by, oh, hello, Ushma. Oh, hello. I'm rereading this book by Darren Brown called Tricks of the Mind. And it's beautiful. It's an amazing book, and it's got this section. Well, it's one of three books, and the first one's about hypnosis, and he talks about how people can be suggestive to hypnotism. Certain types of people, generally, more so than others, and it's really, really interesting. Interesting book, and it's fun. So yeah, tell me what you're reading right now and what it's about. That'd be good. Also, I don't know if you saw recently, there was a bit on the news about disclosure that happened. Disclosure happened, or another step towards disclosure happened. 13th of November, I think it was, and that was pretty insane. I think the world's still coming to grips with it. Um, and in about 10 minutes' time, I do have to say, I'm going to be wishing one of my favorite people in the world a very happy birthday. Sid. He's just an amazing, amazing person. And so I would like to wish him a happy birthday. I know his mom basically just made a Facebook post about him, which is quite endearing, that I'm looking at right now. And so yeah, happy birthday, Sid. I love you. I'm his uncle. He's my sister's boy. I do love him. He's really, really just the most awesome person ever. And he is like one of the most talented people that I know. So, yeah, just a happy birthday to him. Just happened to be almost 10 minutes to midnight. Anyways, but yeah, just wanted to say that. But yeah, disclosure happened on the 13th of November, which was really interesting. Or another step towards disclosure. So So if you're wondering what on earth I'm talking about, that is basically uh, disclosure of extraterrestrial life, and now evidently extraterrestrial life on this planet has existed for apparently a very long time. And according to this bit of news that is doing the rounds in social media, oh, hello, there he is, Sid. Happy birthday. We love you. He's my nephew, by the way. He's like just the most awesome, awesome, awesome person. And he is the one of the most talented people, actually, and competitive, fiercely competitive. Actually, I sent him a video about some crispy fried chicken I made today, and he's like, "Yeah, we'll see. I make the best ones." And I was like, "Well, yeah, we'll see." But at least I've made it, Sid. Now it's your turn, right? Anyways, I was banging on about disclosure that happened, or another step towards disclosure, if you will, that happened on the 13th of November that everyone's really talking about on all over social media. But interestingly, you know, the gentleman, one of the gentlemen who was on there, his name was Mr. Elizondo. I think he was on Diary of a CEO, and like yeah, the more I kind of read about this person, this individual, and you know, there's been so many people like Tim Doty and so many other people that have come out, and obviously, famously, Dr. Stephen Greer, you guys might know, who's come out and talked about disclosure, and he's made several documentaries and stuff. Um, he is. Oh, well, thank you. You can leave some comments on here too. You know, Sid. You don't need to be WhatsApping me, but I appreciate you. uh, oh, thank you. All right. So he talks a lot about disclosure, and there's a documentary called Unacknowledged, which I highly recommend that you watch. And if you have Amazon Prime, at least in the UK, you can watch another documentary by Dr. Stephen Greer called Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. And that is really eye opening. It's really good. So watch that documentary, and then after that, watch Unacknowledged. And then obviously there's tons of other material and stuff you can talk about. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about extraterrestrial life and see what you guys think about it. Aliens, do aliens exist? You know, sometimes I think they're here to take me back to my home planet. um, but then, you know, I think if I'm from another planet, then probably my entire family is as well. In which case, that would make us the aliens, or maybe we're the aliens, like us as humans. You know, I'm sure you guys have heard about the concept of cross pollination between planets, right? So there's a theory, and this theory. Oh Jesus! So my Siri's awake. Hello Siri. Check this out. No, she went home. Never mind. Anyways, so the concept is essentially that life came to this planet from another planet via an asteroid that collided on this rock, and it just so happened that we were in the Goldilocks zone, and that theory, it's actually the concept is very real. Like we exchange rocks between planets within our solar system, and obviously every now and then we get a comet that just resets everything. Especially like for example, with the dinosaurs and stuff. But my point is, cross pollination happens between rocks. Like I was just talking about a gemstone called peridot. Now, some of you might be um, you might be really into your gemstones might know about a gemstone called peridot, and peridot is usually found in the Hebei province in China. Some of the nicest peridot comes from there, actually, but it's also found in America. It's also found all over the world. But here's the thing: peridot is also found on Mars. Fact. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing: the peridot from Mars is the Martian peridot from Earth, or is the Earth peridot from Mars? Big questions in life, right? And because Mars and Earth have exchange rocks on a daily basis, practically. And so Martian rocks have landed here, Earth rocks have landed on Mars. That maybe at one point a chunk of peridot or whatever landed on Mars or landed on Earth from Mars, which in this Hebei province region or other regions of the Earth, and throughout thousands of years of evolution or whatever of just time, it's now become available all over the planet. That's an interesting concept. It's, by the way, called panspermia, the concept of exchanging rocks between the planets within our solar system. Hello! Oh, my brother in law's here. Hello. I'm talking about panspermia, uh, which is a concept of the exchange of rocks between our planet and all the other planets within our solar system. So, yeah, and this entire thing came about by, um, you know, the fact that peridot is found on Earth and peridot is also found on Mars. Peridot is a gemstone, by the way. So, which was very interesting. Kind of got my clogs spinning, turning. And so I just wanted to talk about that. But this broadcast is all about what do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? I know we spoke about Sid's birthday. It's Sid's birthday today. Well, in 1 minute, it's going to be his birthday. So we should do a big happy birthday to Sid. Well, which I already did. Oh, there you go. That's my ring going off, by the way. I should really have turned off my phone or, put it on silent at least, which I just did. But, yeah. So that was a little bit of my interest. Mars is related to Earth. Yes, it is. You're absolutely right. I have this theory, and again, it's just a theory. I'm not a scientist or can't be asked to prove it. But if someone wanted to prove it, I wouldn't say no. But my point is, I would love to assume that at one point life was on Mars, and I think there are similar theories from scientists as well. I don't know if it's proven or not, and there are certain kind of ley lines on Mars that kind of seem like, oh, this looks like there was, planning or some, kind of weird civilization. Um, but yeah, we are all Martians. We're all Martians. Do you know what? Actually, I was just talking about that, and I don't know if you heard. I was talking about that. Did life come to this planet from another planet? Potentially Mars, but it could be any planet really. Anytime a comet hits the Earth, it's bringing with it its own microbes and its own things, right? Minerals. Like look at silicon carbide that was discovered in the 18th century. Before that, we knew silicon existed, we knew carbon existed, but we never knew silicon carbide could be a thing. And it wasn't until the discovery of the Diablo Canyon in Mexico, that we basically Martians are not dead; they populated the Earth. Good theory, good theory. But here, yeah. So we didn't know silicon carbide existed until the discovery of this asteroid or this crater called the Diablo Canyon in Mexico. So, yeah, very much possibility. Um, and we also have proven that life can exist in, you know, without oxygen in some of the most extreme temperatures, like extremophiles. So yeah, I think that's really interesting. Um, very possible theory that life came from another planet entirely. Maybe not even in our solar system. Who knows? Maybe not even Mars. Who knows? Maybe the life on Mars came from somewhere else. So maybe our origin is actually outside of the solar system. My dog's about to come in. Hold on. Hold. Once again, let him in. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Yeah. You guys want to see my dog? Hey, come here. Come here. Good boy. Here's my dog. Here's my dog. He's a good boy. He was the best boy. Say hello. Say hello. Mm, good boy. Yeah. He likes to talk about and contemplate space and time and our place in this universe and all of that with me. And do you want to wish Sid a happy birthday? Sid, du vill birthday till jag får. Come here, come here. He's talking out. Pretty much. He just wants to be where the cool kids are, you know, and that's why he's here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it, and thank you, Steven. Thank you, Jeej. Thank you, Ushma, for supporting. I wasn't even planning to come on air, you know. I was on air on I was on live on TikTok actually earlier. I was selling my jewelry. Um, didn't sell any, but you know, it was fun. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Hey, buddy. What do you want? What you want? What you want? Huh? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Yeah. So, anyways, but thanks for joining, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna do this properly, probably tomorrow. I'm gonna try and figure out some time that I can come and do this. But wait, hey, come here. Hold on. Watch this. Watch this. Ready? Yeah. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Good boy. Here we go. Here we go. Here you go. Here you go. Say happy birthday to Sidubaya. Say happy birthday to Sidubaya. Sidubaya niya happy birthday kiwanway. Gini kiwanway. Good boy. Not interested. Not interested at all. You enjoyed some chicken today as well, didn't you? Didn't you enjoy some chicken today? Yes, you did. Okay, go. Go. There you go. He's heavy. He's a heavy boy. He's a heavy boy. Oh, look at that. Sanskriti's here. Look at that. Sanskriti's here. Yeah. Where's Sanskriti? Where's Sanskriti, Thor? Look, he's coming looking for you, Sanskriti. Look, where's Sanskriti, Thor? You can smell the chicken on my fingers. Where's Sanskriti, Thor? Where's Sanskriti? Huh? Good boy. You're a good boy. Who's your good boy? Yeah, I think it's night time for him anyways. Hi. Yeah, we were just I don't know if you just joined Sanskriti or if you've been watching, I'm not really sure, but before Thor interrupted proceedings, we were having an existential debate about our place in this universe. Very interesting. But if you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to. I just wanted to see what's your opinion. Anyways, I just think it's cool. And we were talking about, you know, the gemstone peridot. We were talking about how it exists on Mars as well as the Earth, and how is that possible. We were talking about how there's a theory that life life comes from originated from another planet, and basically a concept called panspermia that brought life to our planet. So that was one of the things we were talking about. Your favorite topic? Oh, okay, about talking about existential things, like our place in the universe. So yeah, we were just talking about that, and I was talking about how moissanite, essentially the gemstone moissanite, or silicon carbide, really, uh, was discovered because of the impact of a crater that happened millions and millions of years ago in the 18th century. Um, and so, because of this, the impact of this crater, we realized that there is a thing called silicon carbide. Like, you can mix silicon and carbon together. Like, we knew silicon existed and we knew carbon existed, but we never knew that we could, put them together. It requires intense heat and temperature to make that happen. And very interesting that we found out. It took us another 100 years to be able to recreate that in a lab, by the way, at least commercially. Um, so, yeah. And that was all thanks to the cosmos. And now we have moissanite, which is thanks to the universe. And of course, we were talking about when you talk about the universe and, like, everything, me, you, people watching Thor, everything is stardust, really, if you think about it. We all come from the stars because everything that a star spills out into space is basically elements that form everything else, literally, including our planet. So, all very, very aspirational and inspirational stuff. But yeah, that's the whole point of my live book. I haven't really promoted it or anything. I just thought I'd go live and thought that I'd just send it to family and friends, and see if anyone is awake and just wants to tune in. You can tune in. I heard there's snow in Chester, by the way. We are just the universe expressing itself as humans for a short period of time. Amongst other things, yes. I mean, I think you're giving the universe this specific identity, but I can see the rationale there, but I don't really know if the universe. It's one of the things that it's expressing itself as, I suppose, life and all that jazz. But we never know. What if there's aliens out in space, right? So is the universe manifesting itself as aliens? Um, but if that's the case, then yeah. So, but it's essentially a very, very deep philosophical question, I suppose. Yes, it's snowing and it's so pretty. Okay, cool. But it must be freezing. It's not snowing here. Yep, definitely not snowing here. It's drizzling though. I think it's drizzling. But yeah, I just thought that yeah, your mom told me that it's snowing, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And she sent me a video of you that I haven't seen yet. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing more of these, and maybe you can send these out to more people if they want. I mean, if you want. I need to fix a time. I just kind of do things whenever I want at the moment, but maybe it would be better if people knew when it was on. That's when I would, make time for it. It's so cold, but I can make snowmen. How many snowmen have you made? Usually one snowman, but yeah, that's cool. You can make snowmen. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna probably hit the hay because I've got to be early tomorrow at the based, you know, in the US. So we're going to do some live broadcasts there. So I'm going to call it a night, and I want to sincerely thank all of you for joining me. And of course, Thor. There's no live broadcast without Thor. So, love you guys. Thank you for joining. And always remember,